I'm Roderick K. Green, P33837. On behalf of Mr. Rossman, Your Honor, this
Good
is
morning, sir.
PCC. Good morning, Your Honor.
Sir, you need to face forward. Your name?
Mark Raven.
Your Honor, we just got discovered this morning, and I have not had an opportunity to go over with my client. I'm asking for a 1-week adjournment for the PCC. Is that possible?
Yeah, it's possible, but okay.
The 15th, and I'd like to speak to bond if I may.
You may, go ahead.
Your Honor, my client has no criminal record whatsoever. The bond is extremely high, $100,000. He has no criminal record whatsoever. Works with his dad in construction. I'd ask for at least, Your Honor, a $20,000, 10% bond. I think that's reasonable.
Probable cause conference is adjourned out a week to the 15th. It's 9 a.m. Response from the people.
It's true that the defendant does have no criminal record. However, it is $100,000 with 10% privilege in this case. As the basis for that bond request was the allegations, and then he showed up to his ex-girlfriend's house. He left his TV outside the house because he knew he was on the way and she didn't want to see him. When he arrived, he started banging on the door. She opened it a little bit. He pushed his way in, put his hands around her neck, pushed her across the room, and started yelling at her. This was in front of the victim's brother, who tried to separate the two and stop the defendant. The police were called, but the thing that's the most concerning is the statement that he made on his way out, where he told the police that for the shit I'm being charged with now, I should leave that bitch shit out. It's concerning that the initial incident of physical violence and aggression was not enough for the defendant. We are concerned that if he's out, he would immediately return to the victim's residence, not just by his own actions, but that's what he said.
Well, Your Honor, the parties used to live together. This is a domestic violence case at best. She opened the door, and he walked in. They used to live together. They lived together for 4 months, and they had only parted a week before. So he's overcharged, number one, and the bond is extremely high.
It's extremely high, but also, I guess, once after this incident, and he was arrested, he got to the jail and then started calling the victim in the case. Are you aware of that, Mr. Green?
Say that again, Your Honor.
And after he got to the jail, he started calling the victim immediately, and the magistrate was so he had to deny his phone privileges because of his repeated contact or attempted repeated contact with the victim in this case.
It's my understanding that the contact was simply for her to contact his parents because that was the only number that he knew. He actually lives in New Jersey.
Pardon?
I saying he lived in New Jersey. His parents are in New Jersey, so he was calling her to contact his parents in Jersey, let him know that he was being locked up. But it was not of an assaultive nature at all, Your Honor. And certainly there was no.
Well, how long has he been in our state? Because I have a New Jersey address for him. I don't even have a Michigan address for him.
They live together in Michigan. Where do you live in Ann Arbor?
3617 Weeburn Court.
3617
Weeburn Court.
How long has he been in the state?
About a year, Your Honor. A year. They were living together, boyfriend, girlfriend.
Well, I understand that, but I have a New Jersey address for him. I don't have a Michigan address for him.
That's
Number one. Number two, the other thing is, the other aspect is that after, I mean, the comments that were made in this case, I think are a bit alarming. And then after being arrested, there's then contact with the victim in this case, and that is troublesome because I don't believe that, or at least leads the court to believe that if I were to release the defendant, that he would not be able to follow the court's orders regarding this.
Your Honor, if I may,
But there-
the address that is also being stated as the defendant's address is the victim's address and the occurrence of this, of where these events happened. So that just further exemplifies our concern for him returning and having additional contacts with the victim.
Your Honor, there was
Where
no,
would he go, Mr. Green? If he were released, where would he go?
Yeah, hotels. I can live with friends.
he's got friends here, Your Honor. He can go to a hotel. His parents will
Well,
put him on.
and, I mean, I may look at it again if there's an address that he goes to, but I'm disinclined to grant his release at this point.
But I'm just asking for a reduction, Your Honor, even a $20,000 10% bond, that's $2,000. That's a reasonable bond.
Well, I don't know
$100,000
that it's a
10% is
reasonable
unreasonable.
bond given the circumstances and the fact that I don't know that this defendant even resides really within this state, Mr. Green.
I
I mean,
understand.
that's part of my problem. I don't know where he will go. So at this time, he's coming back in a week. If I have additional information, I'll take a look at it again. But right now, motion for bond reductions denied. Bond will continue.
I'll get it to you, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Court calls the case, other people versus Portia, is it Elledge?
Assistant Public Defender Quinta Anderson with the Ellis is approaching. We submitted a plea form. This will be a plea for misdemeanor use with no objection to 7411.
Ma'am, it is this court's understanding that you're going to be pleading guilty to the charge of use of cocaine. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration, $2,000 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Ma'am, I also have to apprise you that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge, and you would be sentenced before Judge Washington in the 14B District Court. You understand that?
Yes.
Still wish to plead guilty?
Yes.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
I plead guilty.
All right, now you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
All right. On August 17th, 2022, at the location of Holmes Road near Sweet Road, Ypsilanti Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan, did you have cocaine in your possession?
Yes.
Had you used it?
Yes.
Did you know what you were using was cocaine?
Yes.
Counsel, have I complied with the court rule?
Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered at 14B probation. Sentencing in this matter will be
7th at 10 a.m. before Judge Washington,
March 7th, 2024. At 9 a.m.,
10 a.m.
10 a.m. before Judge Washington.
Thank you, Your Honor. And may I address our bond, please?
May counsel approach.
Yes.
I have children. I'm sorry. I've been in the hospital. I've been in all kind of stuff. I was incarcerated in another jail. I was in Wayne County Jail. That's why I didn't come back the first time. That's where that war got.
Okay, and the court's question was that there was a warrant that was issued for the defendant's failure to, she had a PR initially on this case. She didn't appear in April of 2023. She's not arraigned again by us until February of 2024. And my question was, where was she? And then I'm going to have a follow-up question.
Okay, yes, Your Honor. So in April, there is notes that she contacted our office that she had COVID and wasn't able to appear. It looks like that's the date that the warrant was issued. She indicates to me that she was in the hospital some time and she was in a car accident and also in custody in the Wayne County Jail. Do you remember the dates or how long you were in Wayne County?
I was in there 45 days.
How did she come back into custody?
I was in a car. I was in a car with someone and they was driving a stolen vehicle.
So you didn't turn yourself in, even after all that time. Motion for bond reduction denied. Bond will continue.
I didn't, honestly, it was all that time went past. I honestly forgot, Your Honor, about this charge. I would come. I don't mind coming to court for it. That's why I'm pleading guilty for it.
Take it up with Judge Washington. My decision is bond denied.
Thank you.
Why would you, why would you sit there and have me plead guilty this?
You still gonna get the.
I got all these other court dates. My baby birthday is on the 20th. Why would you tell me I was getting out of here?
We're getting out. I told you the judge has to make that decision.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. My baby's about to be 2 years old and you playing with me like that, bro. Keep playing with me. Oh, come on here, bro. You don't let my crying man in the way. No. I'm about to miss my baby birthday, please. Don't touch me. Don't touch
And it's gone.